Hi, this is Dr. Tom Taylor. Let's look at Annie's case as a perfect example of the iron rule and memory reframing in action. Annie's mother drove her to the office because a neurologist had taken Annie's driver's license. She was experiencing crippling seizures. A pharmacy full of prescription drugs had failed to make a dent after 18 months, and as a result, Annie could no longer work or live on her own. During our first meeting, Annie's seizures stopped completely, miraculously. When I painted the picture of what caused the seizures in the first place, Annie looked at her mother and said, "Haven't I been saying that from the beginning?" So, what did cause Annie's seizures, and how did memory reframing unlock her healing response? Annie suffered her first seizure when a dentist started to inject Novocaine into her gums during what should have been a routine appointment. This is where the neurologist stopped asking questions and began writing prescriptions. But it didn't make sense to me that a 27-year-old woman would freak out at the prick of a needle in a dentist's office where you come to expect a Novocaine injection. Some other stimulus had to contribute to the situation. So I asked Annie, "Was this your first trip to this dentist?" "Yes, it was." "Okay, then what brought you to this dentist?" I asked. Annie was trying to get help from the pain she'd had for a week after a trip to another dentist. "What happened there?" I asked. During her appointment, Annie was really hurting, but the dentist and her assistant were so busy talking about their weekend plans that they completely ignored her. Annie didn't say anything at the time, but she was in pain when she left, and she had no interest in going back. So the alarm bell started ringing in Annie's subconscious when her positive feeling of trust was ambushed. With her jaw held open and two hands in her mouth, Annie was desperate to be heard and could not be. Trust changed to anger, frustration, betrayal, and resentment toward the dentist when Annie left the office and had been seething for a week by the time the second dentist approached her with a needle. Annie's brain automatically compared the information from her senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, between the two dental offices, and as soon as her subconscious perceived the Novocaine needle, all of the built-up fight-flight response from the first dental office a week earlier was unleashed in the form of a massive seizure, which continued daily, relentlessly for the next 18 months, and no medication could touch it. Annie's memory reframing process took less than an hour, plus a few follow-up sessions, and she began to recover a normal life. Barbara and I know how unbelievable this story sounds, and it clearly defies conventional medical knowledge. Nevertheless, Annie's story is a dramatic demonstration of how negative emotional memory engrams can cause debilitating conditions and completely derail your body's ability to heal itself. Fortunately for Annie, her story is also a testimony of how fast your inborn healing response can demonstrate its awesome power to restore your health, and how important it is for you to learn memory reframing. You can easily imagine that Annie first resisted the steps of forgiveness that we explored in the last video. The dentist was a logical target for her anger, and she resented God for allowing the situation to occur in the first place. But her alternative was to live with an unrelenting seizure disorder that medicine was powerless to help. So ultimately, forgiveness won. Here's what you need to do now. Click the link in the description of this video and sign up for this empowering experience. Click the link and sign up now.